Joe Pasquale almost retired from live comedy until an existential crisis reminded him of his love for performance. The squeaky-voiced funnyman on being nurtured by Bob Monkhouse and Ken Dodd, and why his silly, juvenile humor will never see him cancelled by the woke police. Hayes spent 40 years in the comedy business and is about to embark on his longest tour yet, which will see him out on the road until the end of November. But while Joe Pasquale is clearly in his element, making audiences howl with laughter at his madcap antics, the much-loved entertainer with the high-pitched voice acknowledges he would not be where he is today without the support of comedy legends Bob Monkhouse and Ken Dodd. When he was a struggling unknown, both performers took him under their wings and gave him invaluable advice about his act. Bob and Ken were my idols and they both helped me tremendously when I was a young man starting out in the business, Joe says. It was great to have those people in my corner. Joe first encountered Liverpool comic Ken Dodd in 1987 when he entered the TV talent contest New Faces, at the age of 25, and the older comedian was on the judging panel. The format was that we did our act in front of the judges in the afternoon so that they could see what you were going to do and formulate what they were going to say about you, Joe recalls. I did my act and then went into the makeup room before the live show. Ken came in and sat next to me. He said, "Can I give you a bit of advice, son?" He got out a piece of paper and he had my whole act written out. He said, "Right, what you want to do is move that joke to the end. It's a stronger joke, you finish on that one. Move that bit there, put this joke here, and when you pull the rabbit out of the hat, don't just throw it on the floor, shove it down your trousers, shake your leg and it'll come out of the bottom and you'll get an extra laugh. If you do this, son, you'll win tonight." I did what he said and I won it, and we remained mates until he died. Joe met Bob Monkhouse a few years later while performing at Butlins. The more experienced comedian was in the upstairs theater, while Joe was performing in a small room downstairs. It turns out Monkhouse had been keeping an eye on Joe's act. He told me he'd been following my career and I should be doing more telly, Joe recalls. A couple of weeks later he booked me for the whole series of Celebrity Squares.